And welcome to App Designer Studio, a Digital Media Academy certified schools flex learning course for grades 6 to 8, designed to introduce students to the process of mobile app design. App Designer Studio uses AppLab from Code.org as a coding platform. AppLab is a JavaScript coding platform that allows students to code using code blocks or actual text. For your students who have worked with block-based coding languages like Scratch, AppLab is an excellent next step as it allows them to continue to do much of their work with code blocks that eliminate many of the syntax errors common to coding, while also allowing them to see and work with a text-based coding language used by millions of coders around the world. Creating a successful app is a complex process involving graphic design, coding, testing, promotion, and an understanding of your users. App Designer Studio involves students in every aspect of the process. As a result, they will build competency and confidence, not just with coding, but also with computational and design thinking. As coders, they'll take part in decomposition of complex tasks, search for patterns, use abstraction, and develop algorithms. As designers, they'll ideate, define problems, seek to understand or emphasize with users, create prototypes, and test their creations. By incorporating each of these components of the app creation process, Certified Schools believes that your students will see the many possible roles for people with different skills to be involved in app design. Whether they are interested in art, programming, or psychology, successful app design depends on the diverse skills of many different people. In a world in which goods and services are increasingly purchased, managed, and delivered through app-based platforms, we know that students of all types will recognize opportunities to develop their skills and passions by participating in this Digital Media Academy Flex Learning course. We recommend that you follow these steps to start your preparation for teaching the course. Step 1. Go to the course overview and teacher guide in the teacher resource module. Step 2. To see what you and your students are working towards, open the course overview and teacher guide, then review the description and key outcomes for the class. In App Designer Studio, you'll see that students will explore and use the design thinking process to design an app for a targeted group of users, ideate, prototype, build, test, and share the app, design a marketing pitch, think computationally to deconstruct and plan the steps to build an app. Step 3. In the course overview, you will find the teacher guide and lesson materials. Lesson materials like handouts are in the order they appear in the course, with corresponding lesson and activity numbers. Most teachers find it easiest to download and print the included teacher guide to assist in planning for each session of their teaching. Step 4. Review the equipment and materials you will need for the course. For App Designer Studio, you will need the following for your students: access to computers or tablets with an internet connection, an AppLab account with Code.org. These are free to sign up for. Standard classroom materials like paper, index cards, pencils, and markers for offline design and planning work. OneNote account and/or regular paper notebooks. As you get ready for the course, you should also sign up for an AppLab account for yourself. Links to this are in the teacher guide. The skills and processes developed in App Designer Studio can be applied in many different curricular areas. The design thinking and computational thinking processes in particular can be integrated into almost any learning area. Once students are comfortable using AppLab, for example, they'll be able to create apps to do things like share learning about concepts in science, social studies, math, or language arts, tell stories about learning, collect data for research, document the process of an experiment, or explain a character's motivation in a novel. If you emphasize the versatility of computational and design thinking to your students, they'll be able to apply these methods to large projects, research, or even planning events. As we move towards curricula that tie student learning to real-world problems, you can design assessments in which students use design thinking to create solutions that meet the needs of real people in science, social sciences, business or economics classes, or even arts. Now let's take a look at how the course progresses from module to module. In Module 1, Level Up Your Design Skills, students will look at what separates good design from bad design, in part by looking at some established principles of good design. Then they'll get a crash course in the design sprint by participating in a design sprint themselves. In Module 2, students will begin looking for inspiration for their own app ideas, and then start refining them through problem statements and a little investigation into their potential audience. Module 3 will introduce students to App Lab, their coding platform for this course. There is a lot to learn before students can create their own apps, and this module breaks it down into small, easy-to-manage chunks. With their newfound coding skills in App Lab, Module 4 will push students to plan and build their apps. At the end, they'll engage in testing in order to refine their ideas, design, and code. This is part of the iterative process of app design, and design in general. The final module, Module 5, will have your students develop a marketing pitch for their creations. They'll try to make their apps stand out from the crowd to garner interest and users, just like in real life. In the videos that follow, we'll take a much deeper look at the activities and lesson materials so that you can support your students in their journey towards creating a fully functioning app.